This morning on Today's Health, your guide to a safe and healthy vacation. It's smart to take a minute and think about your health before you take off on your trip. Dr. Keri Peterson is a women's health contributor and is here with a pre-vacation checklist that will help you make the most of your vacation. Dr. Keri, good to see you.
Good morning, Al.
So you can actually kind of prevent all of this stuff by just thinking ahead and putting together a pretty simple carry-on that will take care of a lot of problems.
Yeah, well, the first thing you want to consider is actually vaccines. That's the most important thing before you go. Make sure you're up to date with all your routine vaccinations like measles, mumps, rubella. That's no matter where you go. And depending on what country you're going to, you will need certain recommended vaccinations, such as hepatitis A and typhoid, because these diseases are prevalent in other countries, but not necessarily here. And you can check those on the CDC website. And there are required vaccinations for certain countries, so make sure you see your doctor about 4 to 6 weeks in advance to make sure you're getting them with ample time.
Any other websites you might recommend?
The CDC, cdc.gov is the main one. You'll find every single thing you need.
You also say you should scout your destination.
Yes, we mentioned vaccines, but the other thing to consider is malaria. If the country you're traveling to has malaria endemic to it, you're going to need a medication that you start ahead of time before you go there. So that's really important to find out.
Should you check in with your doctor before you go?
Absolutely. You want to first find out what vaccines you need, malaria risk, and there's lots of other things they can prepare you for. For example, if you're going to a high altitude destination, like if you're climbing a mountain or if you're going skiing in a very high altitude, you can take medication to prevent altitude sickness.
How much medication should you be bringing with you?
Well, there are a few things. First off, you want to make sure that you are getting an antibiotic before you go. So ask your doctor, what can I take preventatively? Bring an antibiotic with you to prevent UTIs or respiratory infection. You really also want to do your homework before you go. So for example, if you're going on a cruise, you want to check the inspection score to make sure that your ship doesn't have any other illnesses on the ship, so you can check that on the CDC website as well.
Now, you say keep a card in your wallet listed with your medications and your conditions.
Yes. So if you have medical problems there, you really want to be prepared. The first is make sure you bring all your medications with you, of course, with a little extra supply in case your trip's extended, and write down the medications, the dosages, and your medical problems on a card and stick it in your wallet.
And you say it's also important to split your supply between your carry-on and what you pack.
Yes, just in case one is lost or stolen, put a few in the carry-on, a few in the check-in, and keep your medications in the vial that they come in with the label. I know there's a temptation to put them in a little bag because it's convenient, but try to keep them in the original bottle. And if you have an injectable medication, such as insulin if you're a diabetic, bring a letter with you from your doctor on the letterhead so you're not given a hassle at customs.
One of the other things you say is you've got to anticipate the unexpected.
Yes, that's correct. So for example, with your medical insurance, most United States health plans do not cover travel extensively. So if you're going on an extended trip, try to consider getting traveler's medical insurance. That can be really helpful in cases of emergencies. And also, if you have a cell phone, you may not be able to reach loved ones if you're in a foreign country. So consider getting a rental phone or consider getting an international plan, even if it's just temporary.
And what about a traveler's medical kit? You put some stuff together here.
Yes. Okay, so if you're going to a foreign destination, there may not be a drugstore around every corner like we have here in New York City. So these are just some suggestions. These are basics. I know there's a lot here, but for example, for pain and fever, we have Tylenol, we have Advil. For stomach upset, there's some Pepto-Bismol, some Imodium if you get diarrhea. For motion sickness, there's Dramamine. Hand sanitizer if you're not able to get access to a sink with soap and water. And then your basic first aid supplies, such as Band-Aids and ACE bandage. For allergic reactions, you've got Benadryl or Zyrtec or cortisone for an itchy rash. And then finally, some skin repellent for insects and sunblock. Don't forget the sunblock.
Very important.
Yes.
All right. Well, Doctor, thank you so much. Dr. Keri Peterson, thanks so much. We'll have the information on our website at todayshow.com.
Thanks, Al.